The middle class is disappearing and it's happening fast. Soon it's either you're rich or you're poor, no in between. And most people don't even realize it's happening to them because the scariest part, you can be doing everything quote unquote right, like you're working hard, like saving money, and still be falling behind. There was a time when one income could support a family, a house, a car, a stable life, but now people are working more than ever and somehow have less. So what changed? Why does it feel like no matter how much you earn, it's never enough? Today, we're breaking down the real reasons the middle class is shrinking. And my last topic explains why so many people feel stuck even when they're doing everything they were told to do. So let's get something straight. This is not just about inflation, because if it was, then everyone would be struggling equally, but they're not. Some people are getting richer faster than ever, while others are barely staying afloat. So what's really going on? Well, number one, the cost of living is outpacing income. Wages have increased, but not at the same rate as housing, healthcare, education, and everyday essentials. So even if you're earning more, you're not actually getting ahead. You're just keeping up, and sometimes not even that. But crazy enough, rising costs alone don't explain everything, because something deeper is happening with how money flows. Which leads to my second point, the gap between earners and owners is growing. There are two types of people in today's economy: people who earn money and people who own assets. The earners trade time for money, but on the other hand, the owners make money from investments, businesses, and assets that grow over time. And here's the problem. The middle class is mostly made up of earners, while the wealthy, they are the owners. And over time, ownership compounds while income stays limited. This next point might hit a little harder because it's something most people were actually taught to do. Number three, the safe path is no longer safe. For years, people were told to go to school, get a good job, work hard, and stay loyal, and you'll be fine. But listen up, that system has changed. Jobs are not as secure. Pensions are disappearing. Loyalty is not rewarded in the same way. So people who followed the quote unquote safe path are now finding themselves stuck. They're working harder, but with less stability. And here is where things get even more interesting, because the next shift is happening silently, but it is affecting millions. On to my fourth point, debt is quietly crushing the middle class. Credit cards, student loans, car payments, mortgages, being in debt has become normal. But here's the issue. Debt takes up future money and forces you to spend it today. So instead of building wealth, you're constantly paying off the past. And over time, that creates financial pressure that's hard to escape. But even that is not the biggest problem, because the real shift is happening in how money is being made. And this leads me to my fifth point. The economy is rewarding skills and not stability. Let that sink in. The old economy rewarded stability, like staying in one place, climb slowly, play it safe. But the new economy is rewarding skills, speed, and adaptability. And the people who learn high value skills are the ones who are able to increase their income quickly. But the ones who don't will stay stuck at the same level. And that gap between the rich and the poor just keeps growing. But here's the part that nobody talks about, and it might be the most important shift of all. Number 6, lifestyle inflation is keeping people stuck. As people earn more, they are spending more, getting a better apartment, a nicer car, and just overall more expenses. So even when income increases, freedom doesn't, because the lifestyle grows just as fast. And suddenly you're making more money than ever, but still living paycheck to paycheck. Let's pause for a second, because if you've been feeling stuck, it's not just you, it's the system you've been operating in. And here's the truth most people never realize: that the middle class isn't just shrinking, it's being squeezed from both sides. Rising costs on one end and limited income on the other. And if you stay in the middle, you feel it the most. But this also reveals something powerful. The people who move ahead today aren't just working harder, they're thinking differently. They are building income beyond one source, focusing on ownership and not just earning, learning skills that increase their value, controlling their spending instead of upgrading their lifestyle. Because in today's world, survival isn't about playing it safe, it's about playing it smart. If you want to understand how money really works and how to position yourself to win in today's economy, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because this channel is all about money psychology, building real wealth, and breaking out of the systems that keep people stuck. And remember, the biggest risk today is thinking that the old rules still apply. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.